Uh, to be honest, I chose Cleveland because they had a certain type of need for me and a want, and just talking to the guys, talking to the coaches, and trying to fill in that role that they might want and need is something that appealed to me. So that's why I chose Cleveland.
Can you describe how the team has welcomed you with open arms so far?
Yes, they welcomed me a lot. I remember when I first signed, Larry Nance was the very first person to text me and tell me congratulations. And throughout this whole time, when I even got here, every last teammate, including from top to bottom, has congratulated me, welcomed me with open arms, and it's been really good. It's been very welcoming and kind of warm-hearted to feel that type of love and camaraderie throughout the skies.
Speaking about a veteran such as Larry, you also have another veteran,
Mm-hmm.
Lonzo Ball.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are going to be great. You guys are going to be great for this ball club going forward. What is something that you're looking to bring to this team that maybe they didn't have last season?
I'm hoping to bring a certain type of physicality that helps us, a certain type of intensity that will help us and not detriment us in any way. Being able to be a versatile big out there, to be able to score inside and also outside from the three ball, whether it's top of the key in the corners or anywhere else, and also being a positive reinforcement on this team. Also knowing that anytime that my number might be called, that I'll be available and able to contribute to this team. I know this team has had a lot of chemistry, camaraderie, teammates that have been together for years. And for me, I'm still the new guy that's coming into it. You could say how long I've been in the league for whatsoever, but when you're coming into a new team, it's going to be different. So you have to learn those guys' niches. You have to learn what they like and don't like. And I hope for myself that I can pick that up very quickly to where, what those guys had last year, we can continue it on this year. I saw a lot of excellence from this Cavaliers team. From offensively, defensively, and the camaraderie that they have. You can tell that this team is very close niche, and they know what they want to do and they know what they want to accomplish. And you can tell that from how they play throughout the years, and they just try to find guys that gel into what they want. And for me, I feel like I gel into that mindset of wanting to win, team camaraderie, and winning by any means necessary.
These guys get asked all the time, what did you learn from the Pacers series? You were on the other side of it.
Mhm.
Why do you think you guys won that series?
Uh, for me, I believe we won that series just because of the camaraderie that we have. For us last year, we were battle tested a lot throughout the season, not including the playoffs. And a lot of times throughout the regular season, there were a lot of games that we won that we felt like we should have lost. And when you look at it throughout those times, you build that camaraderie with those teammates, and you learn to fight through the ups and downs of a game and know that even if it might look bad now, that clock still has to hit zero, and we're going to keep fighting till the end of it. And luckily, it went our way for it to happen, for us to win that series against the Cavs.
How can you apply that experience, that run to the finals, to this team that's still looking to make that jump?
Well, we apply that just by the intensity and the work ethic, and just knowing that it's not going to be easy. There's a certain type of toughness and intensity that you have to bring day in and day out, especially in the playoffs. And even for me, I had to realize that and learn that as well. And hopefully that my message, my messages and learning curves and things that happened for me last year can contribute to this team this year.
At the end of the season, a lot of the guys here in Cleveland said that Pacers were just hungrier.
Mhm.
They wanted it more. Did you feel that kind of going against them, that there was more in their tank that they just maybe weren't unlocking?
I felt like there's probably something that they couldn't get to or didn't unlock yet. I can't say that for now. I never want to say anything bad or detrimental to a team because I just don't know. I'm not in that locker room, so I don't know what that mindset was. But our mindset throughout this time was that we knew that our backs were against the wall. When I was on Indiana, we knew that our backs were against the wall, and nobody thought that we were going to win this series at all. And that was our mindset going into it of just like, look, let's attack this. It doesn't matter if people believe in us. It doesn't matter if people don't believe in us. All we need to believe, all the people we need to believe are the people in this locker room, and that's what we grounded ourselves off of, just being brutally honest with each other and knowing that we all have each other's best intentions.
This team is one of the prohibitive favorites to come out of the East, and we all know that anytime you add on new pieces, it brings that new spice and it brings that new type of it that you are looking not only to add to the team, but to make sure that in June you guys are holding up to Larry O'Brien?
To keep that to keep that mental aspect of the game. A lot of it throughout the season, could be physical, but a lot of it is mental. And the mental is the biggest thing. The thing that I used to do with my guys out in Indiana is just like whenever we go out, just be like, look, we ready. We got this. We've gone through our dues. We paid our dues. Look at what we've done. I'll go through each guy and be like, look at what you did in this game. Look at what you did here. You think you didn't contribute here? Look at what you did there. Like, these are all things that help us win a championship. It all compounds together. When you put winning mindset, winning things, whether if it was just one possession, two possessions, or throughout the whole game, it all adds up. And those are all things that you need throughout the playoffs in order to believe and be able to hold up that Larry O'Brien trophy one of these days.
And Thomas, you've got that pedigree. You went to the championship with Denver, obviously went to the championship with Indiana last year. How important is it to inject that kind of experience into a team that's on the cusp of a championship?
I would say it's important in an aspect of explaining and telling them your point of view for a person, because I would do the same from a person that's never been in that position before. I'm going to ask a question and see if it adds up to what I'm doing. Does it fall in line to how I'm building myself up in order to get to that mountaintop? So I would say that I will always answer any questions or be as open as possible with anything that I can do. But these guys know they have the ability to do it. I know they believe they have the ability to do it. And just for me to be able to contribute anything like that to help get over that hump is a very big win.
Having competed against them, working with Evan and working with Jarrett, iron sharpening iron type of mentality, obviously. Just your excitement to be able to do that.
Oh, very excited, man. Just seeing playing against these guys throughout the regular season and only limited times throughout that time, you start to play against guys and you look at and you start to see their tendencies and you start to see like, oh wow, this guy's pretty good, or like, damn, how come I couldn't play this guy again, or like anything like that. So it's like to be on the same team with those two guys is very cool, especially with Jared, because we've always seen each other throughout our times in the NBA, but we've never been on the same team. Again, with Evan Mobley too. So yeah.
As you begin to mesh in with the Cavs team, what's a personal goal you have as you're looking for where your place is among the Cavs team?
Personal goal is always about winning. It's always contributing to winning. It doesn't matter about the playing time here and there. I do know one thing is that whenever my name will be called, I will be ready in any situation. And for me, it's the mental aspect now of just like picking up on the niches, picking up on what they like to do here and there. So that way, even if those guys are coming out for a break or knock on wood, anything happens or anything, that I would be ready to contribute right then and there.
Going back to Game 7 last year, if Halliburton doesn't go down, you guys win that game?
Yes.
Thomas, Evan was talking about staying engaged. There were times last year where he didn't get the ball much in the fourth quarter. He says, that's on me. I need to be more assertive in those moments. What, from your experience, what does it take for a big man to assert himself when he's not getting the ball?
I would say the way to assert yourself when you're not getting the ball is, how are you playing? Are you playing with intensity? Are you talking? Communication? What are you doing defensively? Are you being a menace out there? Are you being a pest or anything? What are you contributing to the team? When you're not having the ball, are you helping us rebound, assist, talking, running the floor? Running the floor on a fast break can get you open ball so another teammate open if they have to help in. It's just all those little intangibles that go into everything. It doesn't just have to be scoring. Like, there's a lot of things that don't get filled on the stat sheet that people just don't realize that help us win.
On the flip side, though, how can feeling involved, getting touches, help fuel you to do those other intangible things?
Oh, it fuels you because, of course everybody wants to, score as many points as they can or anything like that. But, getting a bucket here and there helps you because it calms the mind down. And, when you get that one bucket, now you don't have to worry about him screaming at you for getting another one. Now go over there and get this rebound for me back.
You've obviously extended your three-point range the last couple of years. Kenny is someone that really emphasizes that. Are you ready for that uptick when he asks you to probably take 4 or 5 a game, something like that?
Yes, and I'm ready to make them, not just shoot them.
What about your physicality, Thomas? It's something that people have
I feel like I can help those guys in that, but I feel like they have another level of physicality that just haven't untapped it, and I feel like it won't just be me to say like I'm going to tap into that and anything like that. It's for me to just try and intensify it a little bit, so that way they bring it out themselves, because they all have a different level. I've seen it throughout different times throughout playing these guys of their levels of, of incredibility, I would say. So I would say just trying to intensify it on a daily basis, so that way they know they can go to it any point in time.
You've mentioned things being untapped at times. Mental toughness, physicality, stuff like that. How do you get it?
You just have to go through it. You just have to go through some turmoil sometimes, and then one turmoil might stick more than the other, and that's where you get your fuel from sometimes. I mean, that could be one way. That's one way that I do it, that I retain my fuel and passion and fire. But we always have to try and figure out those type of ways. Everybody's not the same. So it's all about trying to figure out that and, kind of pushing the bar a little bit.
So you won a championship with Denver. What does it take to win a championship?
It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice. Sacrifice is the biggest thing, because, there might be times where it might be a game where you might get 20 shots, or it might be a game where you might get 2 or 5 shots. It's all about the game. What are we working towards? It's all about the longevity. So in order to win that championship, it's gonna be ups and downs. It's gonna be ups and downs in the series. It's gonna be ups and downs in your games. It's gonna be up and down in the mood. But the camaraderie has to be there. We all have to believe as a team that we can do this. And when you believe as a team and you get everybody from top down to believe in that, there's nothing that you can't accomplish.
My question is, how does it feel to be in the maroon and white over the yellow? We didn't like to see you in the yellow, so we like to see you in the white. How's it feel?
It feels good, man. I think my skin tone looked better in this maroon and white than it do in that yellow.